Hey, bright ones, it's Savi. Listen, I just want to sit down with you for just a few minutes. I promise, just a few minutes, and talk about something that I feel is really important to mention right now. This theme has been coming up like crazy over the last few weeks, and it's not like this is a new concept to anyone, but I really want to bring it into the forefront of our attention right now because I think it's going to make a difference to how we allow ourselves to navigate our day-to-day experience, our feelings, and how we process. So the word that keeps coming up is coexist. Coexist. And oftentimes when we hear this word coexist, we think about how we coexist with something else, right? Something that's external to us. How we coexist with a partner, how we coexist with coworkers, how we coexist with others. And that, of course, is an important aspect and one worth bringing consciousness and compassion and practice toward. Yes. What I want to talk about right now with you for just a few quick moments is how we can allow the experience that we're having within ourselves to be one of coexistence. So many times right now I'm noticing that people are really having a lot of challenges with the deep, intense feelings that they're having. And so they can be experiencing deep sadness, deep grief, huge agitation, huge frustration. And these feelings aren't necessarily comfortable. And so there is this pattern of trying to point ourselves in a direction of feeling different, feeling better. Like, I can't walk around feeling sad all the time. This is ridiculous. I can't walk around feeling angry all the time. This is ridiculous. And we say these things to ourselves, which doesn't help anything. So the invitation here that's really coming is first in allowance, yes, but also to give ourselves permission to know that many facets of experience of feeling can be happening within us at the very same time. That means that we need to invite ourselves toward giving ourselves permission to have all of the experiences simultaneously, meaning we need to allow the feelings to coexist. They are coexisting. We are multifaceted, multidimensional, multi-layered, multi-feeling people. It is our nature as humans to experience a complexity of emotion and awareness, perception, all at the very same time. So this word coexist has been given to me lately as an umbrella. It's like it pops up in these scenarios where I might even feel myself just like diving deep into this, like, oh, I'm just feeling so affected right now. I'm feeling so much sadness. And I'm just like, oh my God, it's like, oh, and I'm going down the spiral of sadness. And then there's a part of me, this light that flashes that says coexist. Because what can start to happen is I can start to spiral and say, but I'm not that. I'm not just sadness. I'm not that desperate. I don't feel that much desperation. There's other things that are good, and there's things that are okay. And so then there's this part of me that I feel like is a coping part of me that comes in to like save the sad part of me. And it swoops in this moment and says, you're okay, you're fine, you're okay, you're not just sad, look at all the beauty that surrounds you, look at all the blessings that you have. And I feel like that way of coping isn't as healthy as for me to embrace the idea that all of the realities are happening simultaneously and that they coexist harmoniously, lovingly, that one does not have to be exclusive to the other. And this is the point that is really important. Because what can happen sometimes is we self-sabotage our process and self-sabotage our healing by not allowing ourselves to go into the experience of the sadness because we so much want to save ourselves from that, to pull ourselves from that. And if we can just broaden the scope so that it's not so much an either or, one and not the other, but a simultaneous coexistence of experience, so that all the parts of us that know the blessed nature and the appreciation and the okayness can literally hold space within ourselves for the parts of us that are feeling intensely sad, intense grief, intense frustration. That within ourselves we have this network of space holding available to us. It's important that we, yes, have a circle and a network of those that can support us and hold space for us outside of ourselves, yes. But for us to tap into the energy of coexist within ourselves, for me, that's been huge over the last couple weeks. I hope that you can tap into that and feel what it is energetically that I'm trying to convey to you with words. Allow coexistence within your reality. Allow the very part of yourself that is always there as ever presence to be pure, to be real, to be that authentic part of you that is never, ever, ever presence, is never gone, never broken, never lost, can't be taken from you, can't be given to you, because it simply is. So that part is a given. And if that part is there and we're experiencing grief, sadness, agitation, frustration, anger, lethargy, any of the other myriad of feelings that we might be having, and ever presence is right there. And that is also a feeling state. We can be consciously aware of ever presence within us as a feeling state, as well as just that state of consciousness that it is. If we can have that and be experiencing all of the other things, then that tells us, that truth tells us, it is proof right in front of us that we coexist in the experience of all of the feelings, that all of the feelings coexist within us harmoniously, and that in and of itself can be equalizing, it can be balancing, it can be healing, soothing, and that it doesn't mean that if we allow ever presence and we allow that powerful part of ourselves that is okay, that knows our truth, that upholds our okayness, it doesn't mean that has to be exclusive to not being okay. There's all sorts of memes out there right now. It's okay to not be okay. That's totally what this is about. Coexist. Not only is it okay to not be okay, but you can be okay and not okay at the very same time. That is the key. One is not exclusive to the other. And it is time for us to honor all of the facets. It's time for us to know that, like, when we're not okay, that doesn't mean that we're broken. That doesn't mean that we are weak, incapable, all of the other things that patterning and narratives can bring to the surface when we're feeling like that. Maybe you don't feel that way. Sometimes I do. If I'm in a state of not feeling very okay, there's always a little voice somewhere far, far, far in the back, sometimes not so far in the back, that's saying, get over it. You know how to get over it. I know it's okay to not be okay, but seriously, get over it. You know how to be better. And what I'm doing now is choosing to talk to that voice and say, look, that's not nice. Like, I don't like it when you talk to yourself that way. I don't feel like that's serving you. I really want there to be room for all of the expression and for everything to be seen and everything to be heard and everything to be held. And honestly, that voice that's saying that, I want to embrace that in too. And I want to ask you, what's your deal? Why? What are you trying to prove? What are you trying to have happen? And allow all of that to coexist so that we can really discover the healing, the powerful healing that is available to us within our very own sphere and network of consciousness that lives and breathes through every cell, every fiber of our beings. And that is not our mind. That is the wholeness of our beingness. Heart, mind, all layers, infinite intelligence, ever-presence, online, here for it, coexisting in the experience. Okay, so that was probably more than a few short moments. It's never as short as I think I want it to be, but here's the thing. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. Just see what happens if you can allow yourself to steep with this for a little bit. Does the umbrella of coexist help you? Coexistence on the inside, inviting more harmonious coexistence. For me, it makes me feel more empowered. It makes me feel like I've got this, like I'm okay and I'm not okay and all of it's okay, and the best part is it's all happening all at the same time. It's all okay. Not being okay and being okay all at the same time. Coexist. I hope it helps you. It's been helping me. Thanks for listening. I'm Savi from lovingawareness.org and Illuminate Your Circle.